All right, my friends, we're going to do a different scenario of the barbell approach here. We're using the spreadsheets and everything, but instead of doing the cash plate and the stock plate, we're just going to do, we have 1 year of cash and the rest in stocks and see how this shakes out. Some of the comments on the YouTube channel was actually kind of interesting. Some of it were implying that I was cherry picking the data by starting in 1963 because we had three consecutive pretty good years in the market. I said, no, it's the exact opposite. I mean, if we had the barbell approach and we're taking 5 years of cash and we're putting them out of the market into cash, we're the exact opposite of cherry picking the market because we don't have a significant amount of money in stocks in which to build on those 3 years of positive returns. So it's an odd observation. I've heard that a couple times. It's weird to me that some people just, I don't get it. If I want to cherry pick the data and I want to start in 1963, I'm certainly not going to have any money in cash. I can have it all in stocks because 63, 64, 65, the market did well. But anyway, we're going to go into this because I thought it'd be interesting to see what the markets did. If we just take the S&P 500, we're going to start again with $500,000, and we're going to take 35,000 out. So there's going to be a 7% initial distribution. Then we're going to adjust it each and every year with inflation. All right, so we're taking the S&P 500, starting with a good year, 22.8%, 16.48, and 12.45. This would literally be cherry picking if we said, oh, we're going to show you how well this could have performed. And I'm going to show you a couple things. I'm going to show you how it would look when we start with the positive returns, and I'm going to show you how it would look when we start with negative returns. And then I'm also going to do the barbell approach starting with negative returns because I will show you that would be cherry picking. But I mean, people always got to say something that's weird. But anyway, so let's do this. So again, we start with $500,000. We're taking $35,000 a year out, and so we're have $460,000 in stocks. All right, so after was year 10, that $35,000 that we've needed as income has grown to $48,000, and because the markets have done incredibly well, we're up to $600,000. But then 1973 comes and we just take it on the chin. And of course, inflation. So, this 10-year time frame is the worst, man. Markets don't do anything. Inflation's through the roof. We got no bonds, and even bonds did okay, but they hardly even kept up with inflation before tax. So there was no, some guy posted gold. I agree with that. Gold would have been nice, but you're not getting income off gold. So at the end of the day, from 1973 to 1981, the next 9 years, there you go, we ran out of money, all right, because the markets got killed. We went from $600,000 down to $281,000 after the 73, 74 calamity. On top of that, inflation was 11, 9, 6, 13. So the amount of money we needed to keep up with inflation grew, even though the market did not do anything. And so we ran out of money in 1981. So we had 19 years, 18 years or so of assets in that time frame, but not nearly enough to keep us above water. So let's change this to a 6% distribution yield and see how it shakes out. So here we're going to do 30,000, and let's see what we get here. Oops, 30 right there. All right, so let's see how this shakes out. So now we're starting 1963 at 30,000 a year. Now we need to make that 470 because we're only needing 470 is right. 470 right there. All right, so let's see how this shakes out. So we're taking 6%. Now this is cherry picking. If there's ever cherry picking, it would be this because the market did so well the first 3 years. All right, but anyway, if we do 6% distribution yield, we run out of money. Let's get rid of that guy. Clear. Get rid of that guy. We run out of money right there. 1985. So that gave us 22, 23 years. Not too shabby, but we still did run out of money. And again, it's because the inflation was eating us alive. No other way around that. The biggest drawback, frankly, is that we didn't have enough money to start the era of the bull market from 1982 to 1999. We just ran out of cash before we could really take advantage of those incredible returns. All right, now let's go to 5% distribution yield. So we had, 18, 19 years. 5% distribution yields would give us 25,000 here. And that would give us 475. Let's see what that looks like here. I bet it's not going to be that much, but we shall see. All right, and so now we go down and we ran out of money. Looks looking pretty good there. So that 5% distribution, 25, yep. So 475, good. That 5% distribution it held its own. So look at this. All right, so this is the 25,000 we needed the first year. And 20 years later, we need 79,000. So we needed over 3 times as much, but we still have 597,000 in stocks. It's pretty good, man. Let's keep. Now we had 1991. We got 800,000 in stocks, and we need 112,000. I imagine it's going to start getting hammered pretty good here. So come 1999, we got $967,000, but we need 137,000 stocks. And we've been doing this now for what, 1999 minus 1963, 36 years. So, and then, I went to beyond 2003. So it lasted 40 years at least. About 40 years. So it lasted 40 years. So 5% lasted 40 years. That's pretty good. I like that. I like seeing that. So what we'll do next time, actually, tell you what, let's do this. Let's reduce it for inflation. We're going to reduce our expenses by 10%. So let me pause. I'll come back. I've changed a couple things. I went back to 7% distribution yield, actually, but I've reduced our expenditures by 10% after year 10. So you'll see we come down to $46,000 here in 1971, and we reduce it by 10%. Make sure that looks right. E13 times point. Yeah, okay, good. So we reduce it by 10%. So 46,000, 42,000, that's all we've done. And now we'll see how long, though again, but we've gone back up to 7% distribution yields, which means we start with 35,000 in the income plate because we're not having any cash. We're just having the income, and then we're starting the stocks at 465,000. Let's see how that shook out, and that gave us until 1983. So it only gave us 20 years at that stage. So that doesn't do much for us. So let's take a look at doing 6% distribution yields with the same scenario. And what we're going to do is make that 30,000. And we're going to come over here and make this 470 and see what that does for us. So now we're coming down and we're running out of money in 1990. So that gives us almost 30 years. 6% distribution gives us almost 30 years. And these are good years to start with for sure. So the 5% will be fine. I mean, there's no other way around that. As long as the reduction in spending happens at 10%, or not one time, at 10%, in year 10. And the evidence is so overwhelming that it's going to be more than that, but still. So that leads me to thinking here, I'm going to do next another video where I want to do the same barbell approach, but I want to start in 1973 and 74. And I want to cherry pick then, because that would be cherry picking. Because again, we're taking money from the portfolio before the market declines and putting it in the cash. And we're saying, if we were to do that, what does the portfolio look like? The fact that 5 years was reduced from not having to be hit by a significant cash decline, or stock decline. And then on top of that, that'll leave enough money, presumably, in the portfolio still to be able to capture some of the big bull market from 1982 and beyond. We shall see. So I'll stay tuned there. We'll do that next. I'm not sure anything else I want to do here. I guess we could try, in this case, we could try 1973. But I mean, if we start in the down year, in this case, the whole point about sequence of return risk, if you start taking money out of the portfolio here before it had a chance to grow, I mean, you're doomed. There's no other way around that. So if you started in this capacity, this whole reason I'm doing the barbell thing, because if you start in 1973, unbeknownst to you that the market was getting ready to get crushed and you have no cash money on the side, you're just as dooms, man. That is literally the sequence of return risk. You're saying, I can take 5% a year off or 4%, blah, blah, blah. Man, you're just in a world of hurt, which is why the barbell approach works, because it says I'm going to have 5 years of cash to avoid getting hammered with distributions when the market is going down and I still need big income distributions. So we'll do that next. We'll do the barbell with starting in a down year. See how that shakes out. So stay tuned. Thanks now.